hit the link at the bottom of the screen to watch the entire show. It's tight and sharp, and I think you guys will like it. And our guys are running hot right now in NCAA football. Get paid in full. Let's keep rolling. We move on to 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Thank you guys so much for joining us here on odds.com. Charlotte 2-4, 2-2 in Conference USA at Marshall. And wow, Marshall, unbelievable. I mean, I didn't have any action on the game, but watching them get shut out 20-0 at home to Rice was shock and awe. Freshman Grant Wells, comes into the game, 16 touchdowns, 4 picks on the season. Looks composed for a freshman. Throws 5 interceptions. And the offense just completely broke down around him. Jones C. Edwards Stadium, Huntington, West Virginia, 52 Fahrenheit, cloudy, mostly cloudy, 4 miles per hour. Again, there's just great weather across North America. Last week, Charlotte finally got back on the field after being off for over a month due to COVID. They lost 37-19 at home to Western Kentucky. And this was a Western Kentucky team that wasn't able to put any points up on the board until their last 2 games. And, they were easily putting up points against Charlotte. Marshall, 20-point favorites for the bounce back, and this total at 52. John, let's start with you. How do you expect to attack this game, if at all?
Well, the line implies a 37-18 final score. And going to introduce one of a new metric, and I call it, it's like delta points is what I nicknamed it. What it is the expected points minus what the machine is telling me they're going to score. So in this case, 37-18 is the implied outcome. The machine says that Marshall will not score 31 or more points. So we're working a little bit opposite. So the change in expected points would be 7. It's 37 minus, 6 minus the 31. Okay, so teams that have done that where they're expected to score 37 and they only score 31. In Marshall's case, they have gone 10-40 against the number, or 20%, and they've lost the game they've lost the game 30 out of 50 times. The record's 20-30 straight up. Also, the under has gone 43-7. Wow. And that 86%. So I think my lean here would be the under because Marshall is supposed to score 37, and if they're not going to get anywhere close to that based on the projections, then it makes sense that for whatever reasons it's going to be a much lower scoring game than people think.
The under. That's a very interesting look. It just takes me immediately. I know there's college football. It takes me immediately back to the NFL this week. I had 5 unders and went 4-1 on them. I knew Noli would be so proud. And one of them was the Packers Philadelphia under. And I got that on our Tuesday show at 46.5.
You mean the Green Bay?
Yeah, sorry. What did I say? Packers. Sorry. Yeah, Packers Eagles. Thank you. And 46.5. It shoots up to 49.5 on Sunday. And all I can think to myself is Noli would double down here. He would trap himself. And all I did was shake in the corner with a bottle, sweating buckets. And, I mean, we cashed it at 46. But and the very interesting under here, Charlotte, Marshall. CMac, take it away, my man.
Yeah, we'll talk about another game that I have later with Noli that makes me shake all the time, but I got to keep taking the under. I'm laying with Marshall here. I think they bounce back in a big way. Charlotte is bad. Mm-hmm. I mean, for Western Kentucky to score on them, I like that it's under 21. I think they put a whipping on them here. They want to, in the season playing well. I think they just take it to them. Charlotte is a bad team. Duke beat them like 53-19 2 weeks ago, and you saw how bad Duke is. Come on.
So you would be more comfortable with Marshall full because I know you've already talked about you not liking first halves, but even this, if this is a bounce back spot, it sort of screams.
This is a double up spot. Sometimes I would do. I would do first half and full game.
Yeah.
For sure.
See, I just interesting. And what did you think?
I don't think Jimmy. I think Marshall's going to be pissed. Charlotte is bad. They are not a good team. And Marshall's a good defense. That game was wild how they played. Those 5 picks, they've been such a good team all year, and they've been good. They've covered. They've put up points. Marshall's been really good. I think they come out real pissed and put this one away.
Huh. Very, very interesting.
And it's under 3 touchdowns right now, right? Minus 20.
It's at 20. And DH said Charlotte hadn't played in 36 days before Western Kentucky. He's right about that. The Czar,
Yes.
it's great to see you. The Czar says Marshall is a good pick. I would be more comfortable, personally, on the first half. But
Take it.
again,
I like it.
It doesn't. I can understand why campers don't like only focusing on first half. Why not give yourself as much time as
I've
possible
always liked
if you have the
full game.
Yeah.
These teams come out. So, you know what I made the mistake, Jimmy? I did, because I've been doing it so much with Bama and Clemson. I still went 3-1, but I lost the first half with Clemson.
Yeah.
You know, I won the full game, but I doubled up on Bama too. They came through, but I mean, I still went 3-1 in that because I've been riding that, you know, all year and last year.
Sure.
But it can get you sometimes. But you know, it's a little different game than Clemson. You know, Virginia, Charlotte, Marshall. So
I loved the big boss call on Syracuse plus 34. That was a great spot.
Yeah.
And there was some great work last week. Maybe we should talk about more off the top. But John Ryan's call on the market not catching up to Virginia was another thing of beauty.
They haven't.
It was a thing of beauty, John. Okay. Charlotte, Marshall, John Ryan interested in the under and double up spot for CMac. John, we're going to move on here, but when you hear CMac bullish on Marshall bouncing back here, are you comfortable with that idea, or you want to stay off aside?
Well, because I mean, you know, conceptually, I guess is the word. If they score 31 points, that's a pretty good bounce back after a game not scoring any. So I would be comfortable with you know, Marshall winning 34-10. 31-14, that kind of number, and that would be an impressive win.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think Marshall's going to, you know, go into the 40s or 50s in this game just based on the math. But I mean, that always can happen. There's no one.
I think they got a shot. I think if Western Kentucky could score 37, Duke can score 53, North Texas 49. I think they got a shot, at least in the 40s.
You have to think
they definitely do.
You have to think that Grant Wells bounces back after that terrific performance.